What is up guys, ZPG here, and today I am bringing to you a Pokemon Wi-Fi OU tier battle versus OriLance97 found via the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. I got the tiers right this time, so no tier mix-up. This is a totally legit match which I won by my awesome skill. I'm joking. But as you can see, I've switched up my team here. I've replaced Tyranitar with I'm about to say Zeus for some reason, Greek mythology coming out the blue there, I don't know. I've replaced Tyranitar with my Deoxys, and I've replaced Ludicolo, other way around, I replaced Deoxys with Tyranitar, and I've replaced Flygon with Ludicolo. Just, this is what I call my weather switch team, because Tyranitar has Sandstream, and Ludicolo carries Rain Dance, and it's got the Rain Wish ability, and also that can help Muck, which has got the Hydration ability. But otherwise, you know the rest of my team, you know my Crobat, Carracosta, and my Garchomp. She's got quite a mixed team, and I think you Kirby fans out there will get quite a few references from this battle. But anyway, we're going to start off. As usual, I'm going to send up my Crobat, you know, that absolute max speed beast, you know, to set up those status moves. She's going to go for that shiny Rotom Wash. Matter, you know, basically her whole team is nicknamed with Kirby references. I don't know the whole deal. I only recognise the couple, which I'll tell you later. But I do have that high HP stat, so that Volt Switch rather does do just over half damage. Quite annoying, since I was planning to stay in for a bit and confuse some of her Pokemon. You know, movesets haven't changed really, and she maybe predicted that I'd go for the Toxic as she switches into her Magnezone, you know, steel types can't be poisoned. And there's another Kirby reference, What'll Do. I do recognise that one, those tiny little things controlled by King DDD. Don't criticise me if I get that wrong, I'm not a massive Kirby fan, I've played a couple of games. But off topic now, I go for the confusion on this Magnezone after I've been healed by my Black Sludge to get me up to a decent amount of HP, and I do not get the confusion damage, sadly. That comes later, and sadly Crobat will faint from this Thunderbolt. I don't know why I didn't switch out. I guess I was just hoping to get the confusion off. I don't know why I didn't switch actually, because two of my moves, Toxic and Sludge Bomb, will not work on this Steel type anyway. So I send out my beast from the last episode, Machro the Garchomp, absolute star, and probably predicting that I do have Earthquake, which I do carry, which would take it down, you know, Steel and Electric, that times 4 damage. Predicting that, probably switches into her M-Matter, which has Levitate. The Rotom Wash rather, I'm not calling it by saying that. The Rotom Wash, which has Levitate, meaning that Earthquake wouldn't work. So I go for the Dragon Rush, which does a decent amount of, well, I say decent, does quite a lot of damage, and she switches out into Frank, her Conkeldurr. I don't know, I didn't see that as a Kirby reference, it's just, Frank's just a name to me. But anyway, just not wanting to miss my move, because Dragon Rush can be quite inaccurate at times, not wanting to miss that. I go for the Dragon Claw, doing a lot of damage, you know, getting that lucky critical hit. It heals with the leftovers, and and I do outspeed it, which is lovely, and I go to Earthquake. Frank the Conkeldurr is no more, don't need to worry about him using any fighting type moves on my Tyranitar or anything like that. So as you're going to sound as a Bitstar, which I'm trying to remember now is, yep, that's Donphan. And by the way, if you're wondering like why this person has got Master Balls for all her Pokemon, it did say that she uses legal hacks. I'm still not too sure what those are on Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder, but don't worry about that. So, yep, for some reason, Donphan carries Ice Shard, that priority Ice type move, which would have been absolutely horrible if had that hit my Garchomp and had I not switched. But I didn't switch predicting that. I actually switched because my Ludicolo is a special offensive set. It carries Ice Beam and it's got Giga Drain, which would have been awesome. However, I was only using to set up the Rain because Ludicolo has Rain Dish, so I'll be getting that HP up. I don't know if she predicted that I carried some form of Ice type move, but this Mark, as you'll see, this is a survivor. It does get annoying. It goes for a Sludge Bomb, which is one of the few moves that's actually super effective on Ludicolo with its water and grass typing, and it does sadly take it out. I was not able to launch any of the Ice Beams, and it would have made my life a lot easier had it survived. So I send in Tyrant, the big boss, my Tyranitar, and I erase the current rain effect, and I go for the Sandstream, which is good because that works well for Tyrant and for Garchomp, both of which will not be affected by the Sandstorm. She sends out her M-Matter, which is her Rotom now. I'm getting better with these nicknames. I'm probably carrying Hydro Pump. Luckily though, because Rotom Wash, doesn't have the ghost typing, so I was able to hit it with Thrash, the normal type move, and I was able to take that down nicely. I don't know, maybe she had a water type move and she was getting ready to send that out. So we go back to Marks, that Roserae. who uses Giga Drain, which actually leads me to which does not do that much damage, you know. It does just over half, so it must not be boosted on special attack, might be max speed or something like that. So obviously I'm locked into the Flash, which does a lot of damage. Sadly, just not enough. Had it done a tiny bit more, the Sandstorm would have done the rest, but it doesn't, and that Giga Drain actually does take me down, which is a shame, you know. I still had one more Thrash left in me, which would have taken it down lovely, but sadly I didn't. And it does absorb all that HP, meaning that it does get to last a little bit longer with the oncoming Pokemon. So it does get buffeted by the Sandstorm again, you know, doing tiny bits of damage, you know, that's the point. I don't use Rain Dance again, so the Sandstorm does stay here for the rest of the battle. I send in Machro, so I'm hoping just to Dragon Rush it. I think she predicts I'm going to go for that Powerhouse Dragon Rush move, and he sends out Dead Hina, which is her, not Frillish. I've forgotten this Pokemon's name now. It's not Frillish, is its pre-evolved form. You're going to have to remind me of its Pokemon names, I can't remember it. But luckily, you know, I do hit off the Dragon Rush because I've used that move quite extensively and it has failed me quite a couple of times. But I do get to hit the Dragon Rush and does, again, a ton of damage. So I switch back predicting that this Dead Hina might be carrying some form of Ice-type move. I still can't remember its actual name, which is quite annoying. But I send on Kame, you know, my defensive rock wall. It's carrying the Scald. Maybe he was hoping to get the burn on Garchomp and cut its attack power because my Garchomp is max attack. Don't need to worry about the Sandstorm buffeting Kame as it is part rock, so don't need to worry about any of that damage there. Although it's carrying that Dead Hina is carrying the leftovers, so essentially Sandstorm damage is nullified. So I'll go for the Stone Edge, hoping to get the critical hit. Even if I don't, I do take it down lovely, getting that rock type boost because I am part rock type. You have to remind me in the comments because I'm struggling now to remember what that Pokemon was. So she's going to send out the marks. I'm going to protect actually. You know, just to troll her, be like, you think I'm going to switch out? You know, I'm just going to train. But yep, she was going to go for the Giga Drain, which would have been horrible for me. Probably even healed her up back to max HP because I'm rock and water, so I would have done times 4 damage. So it's a good thing that I did that. So not wanting to risk failing protecting again or her outspeeding me somehow, I switch out Kame and go back into Machro, you know, making another appearance. She does indeed go for the Giga Drain. This Giga Drain is probably the most damaging move. The move that can most affect my team because I've also got Muck, you know, so a move like that would just be horrible to my Pokemon. So I know Giga Drain, even when it's got 3 PP ups used on it, it only gets 8 PP. So I'm just stalling basically, so that she uses up all her Giga Drain move hit PP because it appears that Giga Drain is the only Grass type move that she has on that Roserae. So you go for the Donphan. I was going for the Dragon Rush, you know, nothing too special because Earthquake would not have been that effective and Crunch would have been that effective either, so Dragon Rush is my strongest move, so I do go for that. I know that this Donphan does carry Ice Shard, so as a result I do switch back, not wanting to take a super effective Ice Shard, even though I don't know if it would have done as much damage as I thought it would during the battle because obviously it's not an Ice type. But yeah, predicting that she would go for the Ice Shard, which she does. I switch into Muck to take that nicely. That Ice Shard does barely any damage, as there's not even any type bonus for that Donphan, and it's only a ground type. It takes some HP damage. I still don't know where that comes from. If you know where that random HP damage comes from, I would like to know, as it would make it would solve one of life's mysteries. So probably predicting that I have some super effective water type move, which I do. You know, I have Scald and I have Aqua Tail and all that. She switches out into a Roserae. So I go for the Scald, which is, which, you know, I do have that choice. I have Choice Scarf, so I get the max speed, and does quite loads of damage. And I am lucky enough to get the burn off, so no need to worry about the attack power. And yeah, obviously, because I'm just a water type, I am buffeted by my own Sandstorm. And see here, I could easily have taken it down. Obviously, not wanting to take. If I wanted to outspeed it, I probably could have outspeeded it because of the Choice Scarf. But not wanting to risk it and take a super effective Giga Drain, which it does go for. I do switch back out into Garchomp, into Machro to take that nicely. You know, it does quite a bit of damage, and it obviously absorbs that and takes that back into its own HP. So I'm no longer buffeted by the Sandstorm, which is nice. Sadly, it doesn't have any. It's not using any physical moves, so my Rough Skin ability does not get used as much as it was last time because it was really, really effective in the last battle that I did. So it's taking the burn damage, which is nice. It withdraws marks, and probably not wanting to take a Dragon Rush to finish it, so it sends out what I'll do, probably predicting that I go for the Dragon Rush, which I do. It sends out what I'll do, that Magnezone to wall my Dragon Rush quite nicely. Maybe max HP. Looks like a proper tank, that Magnezone. So I go ahead and restore my HP. Luckily, again, you know, I outspeed it. They don't call me the Mac Pokemon for nothing, so I outspeed that Magnezone, and I go for the Earthquake. That times 4 damage, and then take that Magnezone down, so that causes no more problems for me. So that's one less threat for Muck, especially since that is probably one of the best Pokemon I have on my team. So sadly, you know, both of the new Pokemon which I brought into this battle have fainted already, so it is mainly left up to the Pokemon that I have before. So I can't remember, I think... No, it's not. No, Marx isn't her last Pokemon just yet. So, yeah, as you can see now, it's run out of the Giga Drain, and it does have, sadly, the super effective Hidden Power, which does take me now, and Machro goes down, which was such a shame. Honestly, when Machro went down, I honestly almost lost all hope in this battle because I thought I would lose so much, but Muck comes to the rescue. Now that it doesn't have the Giga Drain, I really do think that's the only Grass type move it was carrying. She does withdraw anyway, but since I am Choice Scarfed and I wanted to do some major damage, the only other Pokemon she has is a Donphan, and guess what? I go for the Scald, you know, hoping to get a burn, which really confused me. I don't know if Roserae has a natural cure, because when it was switched back out, it didn't have its burn anymore, which really threw me off. But luckily, you know, Scald doesn't need to get the burn because it takes down this Donphan easily, and because I'm Choice Scarf, so I'm locked into my Scald, I decide to stay in because all she has is no marks, and because of the Choice Scarf I have that 50% speed, so I know that I am at that max speed. I'm going to outspeed it, and I'm going to finish it off with that Scald. Doesn't matter if it's not super effective, I finish it. So, and that is the battle, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this battle. I defeated Laura there, as you can see it on the screen. I hope you enjoyed this battle. I will be working on fixing up my teams, you know, getting more Pokemon, getting that little bit more variety into these battles. So again, I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't hesitate to subscribe. Also, I encourage you to like, comment, favorite, and share the video. All these actions help me out greatly. And with that, I bid you adieu. Ciao.